Se on morjesta ja tervetuloa mysteerien pariin, eli Sherlock Holmesia jatketaan täällä oli joku tämmönen, se taiteilija taas kutsuu meidät, eli Old Cityssä Bazarin ja Hermesen risteyksessä. Bazar oli tää ja Hermes löytyy tosta. Niin pikamatkustellaan sinne.
Are you able to help me?
I don't talk to strangers.
Do you know anything about this?
That's not something I know, sir. Someone else might know more.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
Tässä nyt on joku taidegalleria täällä.
Mr. Holmes, you came. Oh, how kind. Though now, of course, I realize it is because of my game, not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other. Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific. I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to solve. A locked area in the basement with no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance?
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
And this locked area downstairs, what exactly was it?
The under gallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no. It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces. Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The under gallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
Okei. Tää kiva, että tässä ei ole pelkkiä niinku ryöstöjä, että tässä on kaikkia niinku tällaisia.
You sure you don't like art, Sherry? Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
A simplistic attempt at provocation.
Mitäs paikkaa täällä oikein on?
Old and hasn't been used for a long time. The left step's length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame. Closed with a metal bolt. Footprints. Size 9.5.
Onko se mennyt tuolta pois?
A true artist never shows an unfinished piece.
Se on ollut tuolla piiloutuneena.
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John. A handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane. Sodden and mold-ridden. One presumes deliberately.
Okay.
Ugh, sheer vandalism.
Sieltä on viety joku
Only an ignorant person could do such a thing. Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache. Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache. A Maupau butt.
Täällä ei oo mitään.
The parasites of creativity. Or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interest. Saturn devouring his sun. A grim composition.
Unflinching in its ferocity. Yeah.
Sitten käydään katsomassa mitä täällä on.
somehow beautiful.
Mä luulen, että mulla on aika selkeä kuva, mitä tässä on tapahtunut. Vaihtoehtoja. Ei, toi on tullut vaan sekkaamaan ja toi on ollut tossa. Sitten se on lopulta mennyt täältä. Tai siis se on tullut täältä.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin. When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wild's room, but the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
Aika lailla niin kuin mä tällä kertaa itse päättelin. Mutta täällä mä en nyt huomannut, että täällä olisi ollut taulu. Se kertoisi sen meille kuitenkin. Niin. Tää kyllä näyttää, että täällä on edelleen jotain. Jotain löytämättä. Tutkitaan nyt kunnolla vielä.
A true artist never shows an unfinished piece.
Nyt ihan kauheasti kyllä mitään voi enää olla löytymättä. Mä menen kysymään sit siltä artistilta itseltään. Paitsi hei, katoinko mä tästä? Tässä ei nyt ollut mitään, ei oo. Ei täälläkään oikein voi mitään olla. Tässä huoneessa sä nyt oot.
The pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
Extravagant paintings have been left to rot in a basement. A commentary on decay and the crumbling of society, correct?
I don't know.
Well, that's absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's greatest achievement.
Mankind's highest achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Aha.
Mr. Vogel, I have confirmed that the intruder was an average-sized, flexible Malpal smoker with a limp. As it happens, the vandalism was a cover. The true intent was to steal a painting without your knowledge. The fact is, one of the pieces from the Wild Room is not in the wreckage.
What? That is extraordinary.
This thief was familiar with the gallery and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My. Your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
There's something more, is there not? I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The beast had numerous tails growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
Ah, I see.
I'm not sure that you do, but that can wait for another time.
Well, I believe I have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
Okei, nyt se muuttui vihreäksi, eli se vaati kyllä tonne, että tossa nyt käytiin sit juttelemassa. Täytyy ottaa taas vähän tämmönen maanläheisempi noin esiintymisasu. Missä nyt pääs ulos?
Excuse me, just one question.
I'm too tired right now. Leave us alone.
Hetkonen, nyt tuolla on tuo kirjan kuva. Joo, eli nyt me mennäänkin etsimään, ei me mennäkään tonne, vaan me mennään kaupungintalon arkistoista tietenkin etsimään, että missä tää heppu asuu. Totta kai.
A contest for the guests of Cordona.
Is this
Find
familiar to
hidden
you?
treasure. Mr. Fancy Clothes won't find any answers here.
Tänne. Tänne. Periaatteessa kaupunkilainen. Jos tämä. Ei, entäs? Okei. Tässä tommonen pois ja tiedetään joka tapauksessa, että se on Old Cityssä. Mikä näistä sitten olisi se tietenkin tää ja mutta hetkonen, koska mitäs toi tarkoittaa? Näkyvä. Voisiko se sit olla luulisin nyt, että se näkyisi tuolla, kun onko kirjan kuvan, niin siinä tarkoittaa, että arkistoista. Voi olla, että mä en nyt vaan osaa, mutta kun occupation on niinku ammatti, niin luulisin, että se olisi sillä ammatilla sitten löytynyt. Ja Old City, niin siinä ei ole yksi tavallaan muu vaihtoehto. Täällä oli ne. En mä nyt usko, että täältä ne on ainakaan. Kyllä se niinku... Tuossa lukee, että arkistoissa, niin minkä takia se ei sitten olisi arkistoissa? Loogisempaa se nyt olisi kysellä sieltä kaduilta. Vaikka tonne. Täytyy vaan vaihtaa sitten vaatetusta ja...
May I ask for your assistance?
My friend, I know nothing. I'm sorry.
Mä en jotenkin usko, että
May
nää...
I ask you something?
No, brother. That's out of my knowledge.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what? And dressed as what?
May I ask you something?
That's new to me. There is nothing I can tell you.
Can I ask you a question?
Men like me don't like to be bothered by strangers.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what? And dressed as what?
Mä sain tällä tyypillä aikaisemmin ne...
May I ask you something?
Stay away from me and from people like me too, or you'll regret it.
Help me, please.
No, it's the first time I've heard it.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Se ihan varmasti se on noista arkistoista. Mä en nyt vaan tiedä, miten mä etin sitä sieltä. Mitä?
Could you help me?
No, it's the first time I've heard it. A contest for the guests of Cordona. Find hidden treasure.
Taas nyt. Ammatti nyt, se me tiedetään. Me tiedetään alue. Oli väärä nyt toi taas. Me ei oikein tiedetä. No siinä on nyt lue huolellisesti. Katsotaas nyt sit. Se elää jossain päin Old Cityä. Se on nyt tossa. Ei tiedä missä. Ja se, että se on näkyvä henkilö. Niin tarkoittaa mitä? Nyt sanoisin, että se on toi ammatti, kun me tiedetään, että se on artisti ja taiteilija, silloin siinä ammatti. Noi on niinku pakko olla melkein oikein, niin mutta ei ole näistä mikään. Mutta ajanjaksoa me ei tiedetä. Jos me unohdetaan ammatti. Mietitään kansalaista. Tää ammatin kanssa. Ei, mä en yksinkertaisesti niinku... En nyt ymmärrä. On toi kirjan kuva, niin se on, että etsi arkistoista. Ja se niinku voi...
I'm curious, how did Mycroft recruit you? I doubt you're a field agent. I imagine you work with intelligence.
That's correct. Your brother noticed me when I tracked down a spy at the archives. That's how our cooperation began. And you? Did Mycroft force you into this?
Not at all. We simply have a mutual interest in someone. Or something.
Of course. A fruitful and willing collaboration, I'm sure.
Well, I'm his younger brother. I have to accept the consequences of being a close relative of an official figure.
I suppose in a way we are colleagues, Mr. Holmes.
In the remotest way possible, Miss Oni.
Nyt on taas tilanne, missä pää lyö ihan tyhjää. Mun mielestä oli aika selkeä homma nyt tohon. Tuolla ei kukaan niinku oikeastaan kertonut mulle mitään. Annan tuonne sanomalehteen nyt vielä ton osoitteen. Käydään nyt nopeasti tässä nyt vielä.
Any progress with the case, Mr. Holmes?
Mietitään nyt tän tarkemmin. Alue on edelleen se Old City. Kun se ei ole mihinkään rikokseen. Jos se on näkyvä, niin siitä olisi voitu tehdä valituksia. Ei. Kyllä tää on nyt niinku... Tää on nyt aivan hakuammuntaa näin. Nyt mä käyn vielä siellä sanomalehdellä. Ja jos ei siellä tai kun siellä ei ole mitään, niin sitten mä menen kyllä sinne Old Cityin vaan haahuilemaan. Mä en enää keksi tavallaan niinku mitään. Se nyt on se varsinainen sanomalehti tossa. Näkyy, niin täällä ihan varmaan muuten täällä on.
Stop the presses. Who is Cordona's handsome stranger? Or nosebagger spuns local life? Wait, no. Foppish foreigner hides dark past. Oh, you've made quite the impression already, Mr. Holmes. You care to tell your side of the story?
Eli se tarkoittaa sitä, että kyllä näkyvä, niin se löytyy silloin vanhoista lehtijutuista. Eikä kaupungin arkistosta.
The truth will come out, but will only be heard if told well. Scandal, daring do, romance. These are the tools of every good journalist. Nothing travels faster or lasts longer than a great story. Young man, your tale will be told with or without you. My readers demand it.
You already knew my name and seem aware of my doings here in Cordona. I presume this newspaper is your little endeavor?
Yasmin Sertel, editor-in-chief of the Cordona Chronicle, advocate of the free press, voice of the people, scourge of the silk stocking.
Charmed, I'm sure. As an advocate of the free press, I trust you'll permit me to consult your archives? There are gaps in my knowledge of Cordona.
Oh, so my work does have merit. Well, I think we can strike a bargain. I shall provide you access, and you let me keep writing about your exploits.
So be it.
Brooding bachelor builds bridges. Now that's character development.
I guess I owe you my gratitude.
What can I say? I've always enjoyed working with the Holmes. They whisper such interesting things.
Missä teidän arkistot on? No niin. Nyt katsotaan uudestaan Old City. Noniin, sieltä. Hermes ja Scarlett Olive Streetin välistä Old Citystä. Siinä on Hermes, siinä on Olive ja Scarlett, eli se on tällä alueella. Mutta mä luulen, että tästä tulee muuten niin liian pitkä video, niin me päätellään tää nyt tällä kertaa tähän ja sanotaan se on morjesta.